Now I'm 112, this year I turn 113. I'm getting convinced that democracy has really prostituted a man called Yoweri Museveni and reduced him to the worst levels of opportunism. Because this, what he's doing, is a very bad thing. He tried it in Nyoro. I disagree with him on that. I have told you that I think more than 50% of the population of Toro, I'm going to check in the census after here, must be Bachiga. Migrants from Kabale. Initially there were these Rangos, but at that time Museveni was not elected, it's the late 80s. So he did not intervene in opportunistically. Now Bachiga and Batoro live comfortably together.
There is also Tororo, the Jap and the
yes.
Itesot.
But as democracy has come, first of all, please note that there is no association of people who sold land who are complaining. Please, I go to Acholi every week. Andrew Mwenda is in Gulu. Please tell me a demonstration of a large community of Acholis who have said, my land was taken away.
Can I give an example?
First, wait. You will give an example when I finish, Kenneth.
No. Okay.
The bottom line is this. This is a tribal campaign started by elites trying to whip up ethnic sentiments in order to gain cheap popularity. Otherwise, the people who have leased land, and that's why I like my great-grandson here, Kennedy, a very good man, because he has spoken very well. He has leased his land. There is a willing buyer and a willing seller, or a leasing leaser and a leasing leasee. You get it? Why do the politicians insert themselves in it? Now let me show you how it is tribal. I'll begin. I was taking notes on my phone, and I come to my other grandson, my Lakwara Latigo. He said that these Balaalo are not assimilating in the community. So he's saying that Balaalo who go there must first become Acholis, assimilate Achol culture, for them to have a right. You will answer me. It is you who said they are not assimilating in the community.
You did not. I gave examples of Buganda.
Yes, but I don't think that if I go to Acholi, I should. The reason why I should settle there, or the condition, is that I should shed my Toro identity. I don't want to go when he comes to Kanyandahi and he buys a farm there, that it should be a requirement that he speaks with Toro. That should be his choice. But he should not shed his Acholi identity. We are Acholis and Langis. We left these people there in Lang and Acholi. We went to Toro and we
You were the one who is our grandchild, actually.
Hold a second, I finish. We went there. We adopted the culture there. That was our choice. But we can't impose it on others. We did it willingly. My ancestors did so. I have told you. Look at my cousin Noba Mayombe. He has a brother called Okwiri, another one called Olimi, another one called...
Your king is Oyo.
Oyo is my cousin, I should tell you. Yes. Oyo and I are cousins. You get it? So we left there. We have a right to go back. This Balaalo you see, by the way, I'm telling you the historical Acholis and Langis. You know the former acting executive director of KCC, and now he's the director of legal affairs, Frank Rusa. His grandfather was called Mokidi. Now, among us, Batoro and Banyoro, we don't have the word Langi Acholi. We call them Abakidi. Abakidi. Yeah. So when you hear Abakidi called Rukidi, it means the son of Bakidi. Yeah. When you see Frank Rusa's grandfather called Mokidi, it means Acholi. When they say Mokidi, Ogo Mwana Mokidi, meaning that boy is an Acholi stroke Langi, because you don't have those words. You see, so first and foremost, to defeat these people's tribal sentiments, and my grandchildren of Acholi, I tell you, for us, we're also from there. We may have adopted a different culture wherever we went. We will return there with our cows, because the cows come from there. So Muzungu came here and distorted so many things, and these elites, these ones, the current ones, now Museveni is joining them, are creating these distortions. I've told you, my wife's brothers, if you took them to Acholi, these people, unless I hear them speak, you cannot distinguish them. You can go to one and these are Tutsis, tall, dark-skinned, with a gap in their teeth, with black gum, typical Acholi. So African people are one. We are being divided by Muzungu and these elites who are adopting these Muzungu things. Museveni, I'm so saddened, has joined this. But let me explain to you the process, actually, of acquiring land, because people here are telling lies. This is the process you go through and why these things are legitimate. One, the first meeting that takes place when you go there to buy land, you meet the family or community members who own land. This meeting is attended by the families or clan members who confirm that truly they have land and is on sale. In most cases, the family will have made a written and signed family resolution to sell the land to any willing buyer. That meeting is also attended by the neighbors, so there is no encroachment. The Road Query Cultural Institution land representative and the local council leaders all attend. During this meeting, the buyer and the seller know each other. The land is stored to make the buyer appreciate it. That's step one. You see how elaborate it is. Let me come to step two. The surveying of the land. To establish a size in acres. The buyer brings the surveyor. Please, let me finish.
Let him finish, Professor. I'm coming to you.
Boris, I never interrupted you.
That process is not the issue. The issue is that the land was acquired.
Guys.
Okay, Professor, let me come to you.
You will come, you will have a chance.
Please, let him finish.
You asked me something to clarify.
So, the buyer brings a surveyor that both parties have agreed upon. During this meeting, the price per acre and the date and mode of payment is agreed upon, and the money is, that is second meeting. The third meeting, money is paid. Whether in a cash or bank, it's witnessed by everybody present, including the LCs who stamp it. You get it? So it's not, that is why we do not have, I want them to bring evidence of people who say, my land was stolen.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Kenneth, if there is somebody who says my land was grabbed, the grabber should be arrested, because even here in Buganda, all of us have land. Should we all be evicted in Buganda because Timothy Nyangweso grabbed the land? So if there is a person who has violated these procedures I'm putting in place, that person should be apprehended and dealt with as a criminal. But you cannot say that all Balaalo should be punished because a few Balaalo either carried a gun, which itself is not true, or for that matter, because the government of Uganda, the security services did a verification. You could find, you see, this is the problem. One person carries a gun, they say, oh, Balaalo carried guns. It's not true. There was a verification done by security services of Uganda, unless we don't believe in them, and they found that actually Balaalo don't carry guns. There may be 1 or 2, 3 or 20 Balaalo. How many Balaalo are there? Until 15,000? But I should also tell you about these people and their quarrels. Of the total land area, and General Saleh has been calling me, but I'm on TV, I can't answer him. I had called him to talk to him about this matter. General Saleh did a study there. He found these Balaalo occupy actually 98.5% of land in Acholi is owned, grazed, cultivated, controlled by Acholis. So the issue in dispute is actually 1.5%. Of that 1.5%, they are Balaalo, but they are also Indians. They're also Muzungu. Like in Nuoya there, they have this plantation agriculture. Let me come to another issue. My great-grandson here is called Kenneth Omona. Kenneth Omona comes from Kaberamaido. He went to Nuoya and bought 500 acres of land. Why isn't he being evicted? This Chief Justice, what is his name? Or Winyidolo. Winyidolo is also my grandson, because I'm telling you I'm the original Ruot of the Acholi.
How big is Gaza, which is causing a problem?
He went to Nuoya.
How big is Gaza?
Or Winyidolo and bought land. Isn't he also a Mufuruki there? He should be evicted. Acholis every day, as I speak even tonight, they are buying land from fellow Acholis. But they're saying Balaalo should not buy. I mean, this is absurd. And let me tell you guys, you are joking with something, because you see, to build this country, we must create a Ugandan identity. And that Ugandan identity defend that everybody has the right to go and settle anywhere in Uganda.
What is that point that brings us together, that Ugandan identity you're talking about?
It is our common struggle as Ugandans, even as Africans. Here we live in Buganda. I'm telling you that Chinese, they're Indians, they are Eritreans, they're South Sudanese, they are Somalis, Ethiopians. They come here, they buy land. We have Tanzanians, they own land here. But this thing to say that Ugandans, I am going to buy land in actually me, and then I will refuse himself. Let me answer his question. Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
He says Acholis, we are claiming that Acholis are not tribalistic. No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying some few Acholi elites are trying to keep a political sentiment. They themselves are not tribalists. They are strategic tribalists, because they are exploiting tribal sentiment for political gain, and that we have to resist it. Then they say how people have gone there is very insensitive. Okay, how is that insensitive? Because Emularo, bathed from. I mean, Malalo has to be a Malalo. You get it. You must have culture here. You live in Kampala, here you Latigo. I'm sure there are things you may do that may offend Baganda. Should Baganda evict you? Now, Omona said people complained that Balaalo carried guns. How many Balaalo carried guns? Because let's do a statistic. I'm telling you they were less than 0.1%. Punish those who carry guns if they are carrying illegal guns. Omona was saying people just came out of camps and lost their relatives. They are vulnerable and weak. Really, this is despising the great people of Acholi. That they lack agency, they cannot make judgments for themselves. In any case, by the way, from a commercial perspective, this is very dangerous to Acholi, because if we allow an influx of people there to compete for land, it will beat the prices of land up. My own suspicion is that these Acholi elites want to depress the price of land in Acholi by blocking other competing buyers. Then you suppress the market artificially, then the prices remain low, because then it is them as tribal lords who will buy land from Acholi as cheap. My great-grandchildren of Acholi, please resist these politicians who are telling you that you cannot sell it to others because they are reducing. Remember that demand affects price. If there are so many people trying to buy your land, it will build up the price. Let me give you an example of where I come from. We have a lot of land on Crater Lakes. White people came, started buying places, land on. My uncle used to have a piece of land on Crater Lake, but all believed that there are ghosts around Crater Lakes. He gave it away. So white people started coming and putting resorts. Now an acre of land facing a Crater Lake is more than 200, 300 million shillings. Because Muzungu were coming and buying, then these Ugandan travel agents, the Wakesas and others, also came to buy land in Toro. Now prices have gone up. So in Acholi, for us to increase the value of land Acholi are holding, we need to increase the number of Balaalo, the number of Batoro, the number of Basamia to go there and buy. But of course, the Acholi elites want to monopolize that by depressing the prices. And please, Acholi, resist these politicians. Let me first.
Let me come, Kenneth.
Now, somebody also, again, Omona said Acholi depend 90% on land, and therefore their land is going away.
Not me.
No, I quoted you said that Acholi's lives depend on agriculture and land, and this land is being taken.
As a means of production.
Yes, he's the one who said it, because I never wrote a note.
What I said, let me get it clear. Let me get clear. I said, you see, having come from that situation, many of them are not appreciated. That land used as a means of production is much better than when it is used as a commodity. That's actually what I said. Yes, so using land as
but how do we determine the value of something?
No, this is actually what I'm saying.
The value of something is determined by income generated from it. If you generate less income from something, you see, land in Kampala is very, hold a second.
This is a vulnerability of the people.
Honorable Minister, let me come to you.
Let's go to Kololo there. Why is land in Kololo, an acre of land, why does it go for $3 million when a square mile of land in Acholi may go for $500,000 or less? Why? These are 640 acres. It is because the income generated from Kololo is very high. So anyway, this is the point I want to make. That one, if there is a willing buyer and a willing seller, why are you, Kenneth Omona, you Latigo, saying that me, Patrick Ochaya from Acholi, I should not sell my land to the person who wants to buy it? Why do you want me to sell it to a fellow Acholi? And Museveni says this, that his father educated him because he sold his cows to butchers who were Baganda. If we had to depend on Bahima, they would have paid him a low price because every of him had cows. So why should Latigo want to monopolize the purchase of land in Acholi? Why doesn't he want Timothy Nyangwes also to go there and buy? Why should Patrick Ochaya be forced to sell only to Latigo? Why?
Okay. Allow me, Honorable Minister.
And Kenneth Omona. They are the only ones who want to buy. Because Omona went from Kaveramaido, he went and bought land in Goya. Am I lying?
No.